She doesn't argue anymore, doesn't demand attention, doesn't fight for connection. That's not peace, that's rehearsal. She's practicing goodbye, one silence at a time. By the time she leaves, she'll have already imagined it 100 times in her head. You won't even notice because she'll still be there physically, smiling, acting normal. But emotionally, she's gone. Women perfect the art of leaving before they ever walk away. There are 10 signs she's already doing it, subtle, invisible, and devastatingly consistent. In this video, I'll show you how to spot the rehearsal before it becomes the real thing. She doesn't have to shout, block you, or cheat to make you feel unwanted. All she has to do is stop choosing you day by day, moment by moment. And that's the part most men never see coming. You start overthinking, questioning your worth, trying harder to earn what's already gone. I know that silence. It's not just hers, it's yours too. The kind that makes you feel invisible in your own relationship. If you've ever been there, hit like and subscribe because this space exists to help you read what she never says. Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt that slow emotional fade, but pretended not to stay with me because what comes next will show you how to recognize that silence before it breaks you completely. Number 1, emotional distance. When her heart leaves before her body, she's sitting next to you, yet you feel like she's miles away. The laughter that once filled the space between you is now replaced by quiet nods and blank stares. Conversations that used to last for hours now end in minutes. That's not her being tired. That's her heart quietly packing its bags. Emotional distance is the very first step before the physical one. Women rarely leave suddenly. They detach bit by bit. She starts closing emotional doors, keeping you out of her thoughts, her feelings, her inner world. This is her way of protecting herself, not from you, but from the pain of losing you. The less she feels, the less it hurts when she finally walks away. You'll notice it in the silence after your jokes, in the way her eyes wander when you talk, or how her messages lose warmth, turning from good morning to just morning. She's no longer sharing her stories, her fears, or her dreams. The connection feels thin, hollow, like something's missing, because it is the truth. When a woman's heart starts to leave, her body just hasn't caught up yet. And when that happens, you can't fix it by trying harder. You fix it by observing harder. Don't ask, "Are you okay?" That question lets her hide behind a polite lie. Instead, ask what's changed. That question demands truth from her and from yourself. Number 2, physical distance. The touch that disappears. At first, it's subtle. She stops leaning into you during conversations. Her hugs become shorter. Her goodnight kisses turn into a soft pat on the shoulder. You tell yourself she's just tired, maybe stressed, maybe not in the mood, but deep down you already know. It's not about the moment, it's about the shift. When emotional warmth fades, physical closeness is the first casualty. Touch is how women express connection, safety, and desire. When that desire dies, touch becomes uncomfortable, even forced. She used to reach for your hand without thinking. Now her body flinches, not visibly, but just enough for you to feel it. The intimacy that once felt effortless now feels like negotiation. This isn't cruelty, it's transition. She's training herself to live without the comfort of your presence. Every time she says, "I'm just tired or not tonight," what she's really saying is, "I'm preparing to be okay without you." It's her way of softening the impact for herself. Here's the mistake most men make. They chase it. They try to reignite physical closeness by pushing harder, planning surprises, creating pressure to reconnect. But distance can't be solved by touch. It must be read as a signal, not a challenge. So don't beg for closeness. Respect the gap. Let silence speak for both of you. Because when she feels the weight of your calm instead of your need, that's when she realizes what she's truly walking away from. Number 3, digital distance. The new wall between screens. You see her online, she's posting, liking, commenting. Her world looks alive, connected, vibrant. Everyone gets a piece of her attention except you. Your messages are left on read. The emojis are gone. The warmth in her words has vanished, replaced by cold, clipped replies. Okay, sure. We'll see. This is digital distance, the modern version of silence. It's not that she's too busy to reply, it's that she's choosing not to. Online behavior reveals emotional priorities, and right now, you're no longer one of them. She's not ghosting you, not yet. She's fading you out pixel by pixel until you stop noticing the gap between you. What you need to understand is this: technology makes it easier to create space without confrontation. She doesn't have to say, I'm done. She just needs to slow down the rhythm of her replies until you're the one who stops reaching out. It's her quiet way of saying goodbye without ever using the word. Your instinct will tell you to fight for attention, to text more, to call again, to ask, why are you ignoring me? Don't. Every extra message you send only confirms what she's already decided. You're chasing while she's retreating, so stop chasing, go quiet. Let her feel your absence in the same space she once filled with silence, because sometimes the loudest answer comes from the man who finally stops talking. Number 4, the excuse factory. Busy is the new goodbye. When she says she's busy, it's not her schedule, it's her priorities. That sentence hurts because it's true. At first, her excuses sound harmless. Work's been crazy, I'm exhausted, I just need a little space. You nod, you understand because you want to believe it's temporary. But slowly, a pattern forms. Every time you try to connect, there's a new reason she can't. She's not canceling plans anymore, she's canceling you. Here's the psychology behind it. Women avoid direct conflict not out of fear, but out of control. By using excuses, she gets to fade out without confrontation, keeping her image clean while slowly rewriting your role in her life. Each not tonight and maybe next week is a gentle rehearsal for the day she won't have to say anything at all. The truth is, no one is ever too busy for what truly matters. People make time for what they value. And when she stops making time for you, she's making space for someone else or for her freedom. Your instinct might tell you to argue, to prove your worth, to remind her of what you had. Don't. Every protest only feeds her narrative that you're the problem. Too emotional, too demanding, too much. So, here's your counter move. Fall silent, not bitter. Let her excuses echo unanswered. When she realizes she no longer has to lie to you and you still won't chase, that's when the silence starts to haunt her. Number 5, no future talk. The silence about tomorrow. Remember when she used to dream with you? Trips you take, places you'd live, silly what if plans that made you both laugh until midnight? Now those conversations are gone. The moment you bring up next month or next year, she changes the subject. She doesn't argue. She deflects. That's not forgetfulness. That's foresight. She's already imagining a future that doesn't have you in it. And talking about it with you would make her guilt too heavy to carry. So she stays quiet, pretending she's just focused on the present, when in reality, she's quietly building her exit. Avoiding the future is emotional self-protection. Women know that words create attachment. Plans create commitment. So when she cuts those topics off, she's cutting the ties that hold you both in place. It's not hesitation, it's premeditated emotional withdrawal. You'll feel it when you suggest a weekend getaway and she says, let's see. Or when she reacts to your plans with polite smiles instead of excitement. Each vague answer is a sign. She's mentally untangling your story from hers. Your counter move. Don't beg to be included in her future. State what you see. Say, I feel we're not building anything together lately. That line doesn't accuse, it exposes, it forces honesty. Because sometimes silence isn't confusion, it's confirmation. And when she won't speak of tomorrow, it's because she's already planning her escape today. Number 6, overly critical. The war of small things. It starts small, almost invisible. The way you chew, the way you laugh, the way you leave your shoes by the door. Things that never mattered before suddenly become ammunition. You can feel the shift. The atmosphere turns sharp, heavy, like she's collecting evidence for a case she hasn't told you about yet. When a woman begins to criticize everything you do, It's not about your habits. It's about her mind trying to justify her heart's decision. She's not trying to fix the relationship. She's trying to make leaving you make sense. It's easier to walk away when she can convince herself that you're the problem. Psychologically, this is called emotional detachment through devaluation. She's lowering your emotional value to lessen the pain of separation. That's why her tone sounds colder, why her patience evaporates over things that never used to bother her. This isn't anger, it's detachment disguised as irritation. Most men panic here. They argue, defend themselves, try to win back approval, but every argument only strengthens her narrative that you're too reactive, too unstable, too much. Your counter move, silence, deliberate, composed, unbothered. Let her words echo without resistance. When she can't get a reaction, she loses the fuel for the fight. And in that stillness, she'll either see her own projection or realize she's already halfway gone. Because the truth is, she's not fighting you anymore. She's fighting the guilt of leaving, and you just happen to be standing in the way. Number 7, less effort in appearance. When beauty becomes indifference. You remember the way she used to show up? The scent that lingered, the spark in her eyes, the small details she knew you'd notice. She used to care about how she looked around you because she cared about how you saw her. That was her way of saying, I still want you to want me. But lately, something's changed. She doesn't dress up for date nights anymore. Her hair stays tied in the same messy bun. The perfume you used to love. It's been sitting untouched for weeks. When she looks at you, there's no spark, no silent question of, do you still find me beautiful? Because she no longer needs the answer. Here's the truth. When a woman stops trying to impress you, it's not comfort, it's closure. This is her body's way of saying what her mouth won't. She's emotionally checked out, and her appearance simply follows. Attraction thrives on emotional investment, and she's already withdrawn her energy. Men often mistake this for her being tired or relaxed. But apathy isn't the same as peace. A woman at peace glows. A woman detached fades. Your counter move. Don't comment, don't question, don't complain, just notice. Because when she realizes you've stopped trying to pull her attention back, that's when the silence in her reflection finally becomes louder than your words ever could. And that's when she'll know the version of her you loved is already gone. Number 8, no jealousy. The quiet indifference. Once upon a time, she used to care. She noticed when another woman laughed too hard at your jokes. She'd reach for your hand in public just to remind everyone and you that you were hers. That spark of possessiveness wasn't toxic. It was connection. It meant she still valued you enough to fear losing you, but now she doesn't flinch. You mention another woman's name, she doesn't react. You take longer to reply, she doesn't ask. She even encourages you to go have fun with a tone so calm it almost feels kind. It's not kindness, it's indifference. When jealousy disappears completely, it doesn't mean she trusts you more. It means she's emotionally checked out. A woman in love still feels anger, fear, protectiveness. A woman detached feels nothing at all. And nothing is colder than her silence when she's no longer afraid of losing you. You'll notice it in how she stops claiming you, how she no longer marks her space around you. That's because in her mind, you're already gone. Most men panic here and try to provoke a reaction, post something, flirt a little just to see if she still cares. But when she's reached indifference, no amount of jealousy bait will bring her back. Your counter move, accept the quiet. Don't test her emotions because the moment she stops fighting for you, she's already stopped seeing you as hers. And that's not peace. That's goodbye in its final form. Number 9, secrecy, the invisible wall. She used to share everything, her schedule, her thoughts, even the random nonsense that didn't matter. Her life felt open to you, transparent, like you had access to her world. But now, the air feels heavier. Her phone is always face down, notifications cleared, passwords changed, and every time you ask, "Where are you headed?" she gives you half an answer with a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. That smile, that's the wall. When a woman starts guarding her privacy, it's rarely about betrayal. It's about detachment rehearsal. She's practicing what it feels like to live without your eyes on her. The secrecy isn't for someone else, it's for herself. It's her way of reclaiming space, independence, and emotional control. Men often mistake this for cheating. Sometimes it is, but more often it's just her pulling back to a world where you no longer have a seat. She's not lying, she's editing, removing you from her story before the final chapter ends. Every vague reply, every don't worry about it isn't defiance, it's distance. It means she stopped needing your approval, stopped seeking your comfort. Your counter move, don't chase the truth. When you start investigating, you shift from partner to interrogator, and that's when the wall becomes permanent. Instead, step back. Let her have her silence. If she's truly gone, your pursuit won't bring her closer. But if there's anything left in her, your calm detachment will be the only thing she still respects. Because sometimes mystery isn't the problem, it's the proof that you've already been written out of her world. Number 10, gut instinct, the truth your body already knows. Before the breakup happens, your body already knows. You feel it in your chest when she laughs a little too easily around others. You sense it in the way the silence between you stretches longer, heavier, colder. You wake up next to her and it feels like sleeping beside a stranger. That's not paranoia. That's your intuition screaming through the noise of your denial. Men are wired to rationalize. You tell yourself it's just a phase, that stress is to blame, that she still loves you. You talk yourself out of your own instincts because facing the truth feels like failure. But intuition isn't fear, it's recognition. Your body picks up the shifts your mind refuses to name, the tone, the distance, the absence of warmth. When a woman has emotionally checked out, her energy changes first. You can't describe it, but you feel it. It's the tension before the storm, the silence before the goodbye. Here's the hardest truth. Your gut is not warning you. It's preparing you to let go. Because deep down, you already know this version of her isn't coming back. So trust that instinct. Don't chase clarity from her when your own body has already given it to you. Stillness is your closure. Acceptance is your power. When your gut tells you it's over, believe it. Because your heart always feels the ending long before your mind has the courage to admit it. 10 signs, 10 small deaths that happen long before the breakup. Emotional, physical, digital, behavioral, and finally psychological. That's how women leave quietly, gracefully, long before you notice. They don't shout, they don't announce, they simply begin to disappear. One conversation, one touch, one good night at a time. And by the time you realize what's happening, you're no longer part of her world. You're a memory she's already made peace with. Here's the hardest part for most men to accept. She didn't leave overnight. She left slowly while you were busy trying to fix what she had already mourned. Every ignored text, every distant hug, every "I'm just tired." Those were all goodbyes, disguised as routine. You just didn't want to hear them, but this isn't about blame. It's about awareness. You can't stop a woman who's already made peace with leaving, but you can stop betraying yourself by pretending not to see the sights. The truth doesn't break you, denial does. When a silence grows, it's not a mystery to solve, it's a truth to accept. Because silence isn't punishment, it's closure. It's the echo of everything you ignored while she was still trying. So what do you do now? You don't chase, you don't beg, you observe, you accept, you rebuild the parts of yourself that forgot how to stand without her. Because the man who understands silence never fears losing it again. If this message hits you, don't just sit in the quiet. Use it. Wake up. Reclaim your emotional control. Learn to read what's unsaid so you never get blindsided by what's already gone. Subscribe if you're ready to understand women beyond their words. Like this video if it opened your eyes. And tell me which sign hit you hardest. Because maybe this time silence won't break you. It will build you.